Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before buying any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. Also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. Just to let you guys know, I am not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and get 1 free stock. Just to let you guys know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any new content. Okay, so let's get into the market. Today is Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. It is a long weekend. The market was not open yesterday on Friday. So let's take a look at how the market ended on Thursday. The S&P closed up 1.08%. The Dow Jones closed up 0.38%. And the NASDAQ was the winner of the day, closing up 1.76%. Okay, so it was a pretty good day for all indices, and everything was positive on Thursday. And hopefully going into Monday, everything will continue that momentum. So the stock I wanted to do an update on today is NIO. So let's get into the chart here. I wanted to do this update because there's a couple things I wanted to take a look at on the chart here. NIO is currently trading at $39.51. It closed the day out on Thursday up 68 cents, and that was up 1.74%. And in after hours, it dropped 15 cents, which was 0.38%. Okay, so NIO has a market cap of $59 billion. Okay, so NIO has a market cap of $59.95 billion. Their 52-week high was $66.99, so about $70 right there, okay? You could see that on the chart here. They hit their 52-week high on January 11th of 2021. That was early this year, right after NIO Day, where they announced they were going to be coming out with a sedan. Everybody heard about that, and there was a lot of hype coming up to NIO Day. You could see the rise in the stock price as we got closer to NIO Day, ultimately hitting that 52-week high right after NIO Day. Okay, but ever since then, we've seen it kind of been stagnant. And you saw it kind of try to test that 52-week high after that. Let me zoom in on what happened after it hit the 52-week high. You could see that it tried to test it on this day, which was January 25th. It tried to get back up there but couldn't. And it tried again on this day, which was February 10th, but could not break through this line right here, which I have marked down at about $65 on our chart, which is going to be our high resistance point. So $65 is going to be our high point of resistance. Okay, that's where it opened up on the 11th. So for it to break through 65 is going to be a big deal. That's when we're going to see this thing move on to new highs. So that'll be a big deal when we see it move on or to break through 65. Okay, so I have my chart all laid out here. If you guys haven't seen how I got to this point, I will provide a link for the videos I've already done on NIO. I've done 2 of them already on a full technical analysis video and an update on that. Okay, I'll provide a link for that in the upper right-hand corner right now. And you could go back and check that out if you want to. But as you could see right here, I have these 2 red lines right here. And this is a channel that NIO has been trading in ever since it hit this all-time high. And this is a downtrend, okay? It's been trading in this downtrend channel ever since it hit this all-time high, and ever since this correction has started. You could see the correction started just about right here on the 16th of February, and it's been the price has just been falling ever since then, and we've been losing our support lines ever since then too. You could see right here our first support line, which was at about $54.50, got broken through, and our next one at about $46 got broken. Okay, and going farther down our chart here at $40 was our next major support. A lot of people didn't think that was going to get broken because that was pretty strong support there. We lost that during the correction, and to lose that one, that was a big deal because it kept falling, and ultimately the price ended up trading all the way down to a low of $31.91 on March 5th. Okay, that was the low of that day, and that's as low as it went because if it would have fell any further, we were looking at it going all the way down to around here at 28, but it held there. And let me get my moving averages on here just to show you guys what we were looking at, because if it would have fell below this 200-day moving average, we were looking at this thing falling all the way down to $28, but it didn't. So it's a good thing that it did not fall below that 200-day moving average, okay? So we ultimately held our $35 support here, and it's been holding ever since. You could see it did bounce off this support and recover all the way back up to $46 here after the first part of our correction. But after it hit that $46 resistance, it did get rejected as it was trading in this downtrend still. And it ultimately fell all the way back down to make a double bottom all the way back to our $35 support. So another thing I want to point out on my chart here, let me zoom out for you real quick and I'll show you, is this green line that I have on my chart here. This is an uptrend that I drew, and I drew this after March 5th, okay? I put that trend line in after March 5th when it hit this low. And this has been a great trend line because, as you could see, it's an uptrend, and that's why I marked it in green, and it's been following it ever since, around back in May of last year. So it's been on this trend for almost a year. As it's been going up, it's been following the 200-day moving average pretty closely, a little bit above it. But you could see right here, this past week here, as it hit this double bottom on this day, which was the 25th, it hit off this support of $35, and then the next day, it did hit a low below $35, but it did not hit below our trend line. It hit nicely off of our trend line and bounced right back up, okay? And then the next day, did the same thing, dropped below our $35 support right here, but bounced off of our trend line and came right back up. And then you see the next day after that, came below our $35 support, hit our trend line, and bounced right back up. So this trend line is working out pretty good, and it's holding very strongly, okay? Okay, so the last thing I wanted to point out on my chart is you see this downtrend that it's been trading in. And it's been trading in this downtrend since it hit this all-time high. And that's been since January, since about the beginning of January almost. Okay, so it's been trading in this downtrend since January to the end of March. So that's about 3 months it's been in this same trend, bouncing down and bouncing up, and bouncing down and bouncing up. And then finally we came to this wedge where I had my upper trend line drawn and my downtrend lines drawn, and eventually they were going to intersect at some point, and the stock was going to have to move, one way or another. It was going to have to follow either my upper trend or it was going to have to follow my downtrend. So it was going to have to break out some way. And I still had about, another week for this to happen. I still had till the 7th, till it was supposed to break out of one of these trends. but it already has broken out of my downtrend. As you could see, it popped right out of this downtrend on Thursday, and you could see it closed the day out of the downtrend. And even the day before that on Wednesday, let me zoom in here for you so you could get a closer look. It was almost out of this downtrend. And even if I went to the 2 hour or the 1 hour chart, it was out of this on Wednesday. So I had to wait another day to confirm that it was going to be out. And sure enough, Thursday it did confirm for me on the daily chart that it did come out of this downtrend. And now I'm thinking, since it hit this double bottom on the support of 35, that it's going to work its way at least up to this $46 range, and hopefully even break through the $46 and hopefully move up to this $49 50-day moving average, and possibly on to the $54, $50 range. But before we can move up to that point, we still need another major hurdle for it to cross here. As you could see, on Thursday, it still did not close above the $40 range. And I think on Thursday, the reason for that it did not close above $40 was because people still had a lot of puts that they did not close out until the end of the day. And it still caused the price to be down most of the day. So I'm thinking this week coming up, if we don't have any unknown catalyst that caused the market to be down this week, hopefully I'm thinking that it will drive the price upwards. And if once we get a close above $40, we should never see this stock dip below $40 again. Because given the deliveries that they came out with and all the bad news that they've had last week and everything that's happened to them, they had their factory shut down due to chip shortages and everything like that. I think we've seen the worst for this stock, and if the worst is $35, and they still delivered all those vehicles that they came out with on Thursday, I think we're not going to see below $40 again, and especially during a correction, and they still had all that bad news. I mean, don't get me wrong, they did lose 50% of their value during that correction, but still, I'm thinking we're probably not going to see below $40 again. So hopefully if you were looking to buy into this, you bought the dip around here, $35, because I don't think you're going to see that kind of a dip again in this stock. So for my short-term price target for this, I think you're going to see a big push up to $46 at least. And I think you're probably going to see it push past that, right on up to that 50-day moving average on the daily chart here, all the way up to around $49, probably around to that $50 mark, hopefully. But the biggest thing we need to worry about is this hurdle right here that we need to get past is closing above the $40 range right here. Okay, we need to close out below or above $40 first, and then we could start our push towards $46. And then onwards up to $50 or $49, where our 50-day moving average is. Okay, and then once we push past that, then we can make our move up to our next resistance, which would be $54.53. Okay, but I think this week you're going to see some strength as it breaks out of this downtrend right here. Okay, coming off of this double bottom. So you already saw some strength as it did that break out of that off that double bottom. You saw it pop up out of this downtrend that it's been in for 3 months. So you're already seeing strength behind it. And I think you're going to see a big push up to 46. And I think it's going to blow past that and move on to around $50. So that's my video. That's my update on NIO. If you guys liked it, be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any new content. And don't forget to check out the links in the description below. And we'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.